The buzz around the NBA is heating up, especially for Golden State Warriors fans who have been eagerly following the latest trade rumors involving Chris Porzingis potentially heading to the Bay Area. Over the past few days, these rumors have intensified, suggesting that the Warriors could be making a significant move before the 2025 NBA draft, which is now less than 3 weeks away. The possibility of Porzingis joining the Warriors has sparked a lot of conversation, and today we're diving deep into the details of what this could mean for both the Warriors and the Celtics, as well as how it fits into Golden State's broader off-season strategy. Before we get into all the basketball talk, I want to try and break a record here on this channel. Looking back through the history of this Warriors Today channel, I found that the most likes on any video during the month of June is just 3. Which is surprisingly low for a channel dedicated to a franchise as popular as Golden State. So today, I'm calling on all of our team diehard Warriors fans watching right now to smash that thumbs up button if you love the Dubs and want to see them have a successful offseason. Help us set a new record for likes in June, because it means a lot and lets us know you're here for the content. All right, let's get into it. Jake Weinbach, a respected NBA insider, recently tweeted something that really caught my attention. He mentioned that if the Boston Celtics are open to moving Chris Porzingis, the Warriors would be a realistic suitor. Boston, as we know, is looking to reduce its luxury tax bill this summer, and Porzingis, with his $30 million expiring contract, could be a very valuable trade asset. The Celtics are one of the teams facing significant tax penalties next season, so shedding salary is a priority for them. Porzingis' contract is attractive because it expires after this season, giving teams some flexibility. Weinbach's tweet also reflects earlier reports about Golden State's ongoing interest in a stretch big man, something they've been searching for to help balance their roster. Adding to that, Michael Scotto of Hoop Hype reported that several NBA executives believe Boston will indeed try to trade Porzingis this summer. While moving other Celtic stars like Drew Holiday or Jaylen Brown seems difficult, especially with blockbuster deals off the table, Porzingis' expiring contract makes him a much more movable asset. For Golden State, who don't have a ton of big money to throw around, this buy low opportunity on a talented big man could be perfect. In fact, Brett Siegel reported that the Warriors' interest in Porzingis actually dates back to 2023, before Boston even acquired him. So this isn't a new development, but rather a continued pursuit to add front court production without long-term financial burden. Porzingis could immediately fill a key gap alongside Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler. Physically, he's exactly what many Warriors fans have been craving, a true 7-footer with size and length. Unlike their rookie Quinton Post, Porzingis is a proven game-changing player who can stretch the floor with his shooting, protect the rim, and create mismatches. When healthy, he's a serious offensive threat, capable of hitting shots from 35 feet out and pulling defenders off the dribble. Though his health has been a major concern, especially down the stretch of last season and into the playoffs, his potential impact cannot be understated. When at his best, the Celtics were nearly unbeatable last year, with Porzingis putting up all-star level numbers consistently over the past several seasons. He's averaged around 20 points per game throughout his career, blocks around 1 to 2 shots per night, and shoots approximately 40% from three-point range. This makes him an elite floor spacer and rim protector, a rare combination in today's NBA. The main caveat, of course, is his availability. Porzingis has struggled with injuries and health issues, which showed most painfully during the postseason. He battled a mysterious illness that first appeared in March and flared up again in the playoffs, severely limiting his effectiveness. Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla even mentioned that Porzingis was barely able to breathe at times on the court. That kind of situation understandably left fans with a sour taste regarding his Celtics tenure, which now appears to be nearing an end. But it's important not to judge Porzingis solely on those recent struggles. Over the past 2 regular seasons with Boston, he's maintained a top 15 box plus-minus rating in the entire NBA, highlighting how effective he is when healthy and contributing. His combination of size, shooting, and defense fits perfectly into Golden State's system, which emphasizes spacing and versatility. Porzingis provides rim protection, floor spacing, and enough rebounding ability to hold his own, even if he's not the best rebounder overall. For a team like Golden State looking to maximize every piece around their aging core of Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and Jimmy Butler, adding Porzingis could be a game changer. The question now becomes what it will cost. The Warriors don't have many big contracts to use in a trade, and they certainly aren't moving their big three veterans. That means the pieces they have to give up would likely be younger role players or bench contributors. Bleacher Report floated an idea where the Warriors would send Moses Moody, Buddy Hield, Trayce Jackson-Davis, and Gene Santos to Boston in exchange for Porzingis. That's a 4-for-1 deal, which would leave Golden State with only 6 or 7 active players on their roster next season if no other moves are made. Although it seems like a lot of players, the Warriors would be getting a far more impactful player in Porzingis at his peak level compared to the young role players they give up. From Boston's perspective, they could move Buddy Hield's contract to save about $10 million, helping to clear more salary. Moses Moody and Trayce Jackson-Davis offer intriguing upside and some depth for Boston, while Gene Santos would help make the salaries work. Overall, this kind of trade makes sense for both sides. Golden State gets a much-needed star big man, and Boston gets flexibility to manage their payroll. So the big question for Warriors fans is whether Porzingis is worth the gamble. He's a player with immense talent and skill, but also significant health concerns. With Steph at 37, Jimmy at 36, and Draymond at 35, the Warriors are walking a fine line trying to squeeze as much championship potential out of this aging core. Porzingis represents another gamble, but one that could pay off handsomely if he stays healthy. For Golden State, the alternative to trying to add an all-star talent like Porzingis would likely be continuing to rely on younger, less proven players to fill out their frontcourt. But given their window to contend might only last a couple more seasons, adding a player who can make an immediate difference seems like a no-brainer. In the coming days, it will be fascinating to see if the Warriors reach out to Boston with offers, or if the Celtics explore moving Porzingis seriously. It's a scenario that could reshape the Warriors roster and give them a new dimension next season. Overall, I'm all in on at least seeing what the asking price would be for Porzingis. Even if the Warriors don't pull the trigger, the fact that they're exploring this possibility shows their commitment to chasing another championship while Steph and company are still playing at a high level. It's one of those rare buy low opportunities that doesn't come around often, especially for a player with Porzingis' combination of size, shooting, and defensive impact. So, Warriors fans, what do you think? Is Chris Porzingis a good fit next to Steph, Jimmy, and Draymond? Are you willing to accept the risk that comes with his health issues, or would you prefer Golden State to stay the course with their current roster? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because this could be one of the most important roster decisions the Warriors make this offseason. Stay tuned for more updates and deeper dives into trade scenarios, draft workouts, and everything leading up to the 2025 NBA Draft. Let's go, Dubs! Continuing from where we left off, it's important to look at the broader context surrounding this potential trade and what it might signal for both the Warriors and Celtics moving forward. The NBA landscape is shifting rapidly, with teams juggling salary caps, luxury taxes, and player contracts more strategically than ever. The Celtics' motivation to reduce their luxury tax bill is clear. They are in a position where they must find creative ways to maintain competitiveness without breaking the bank. Porzingis' $30 million expiring deal gives Boston a unique asset to leverage. If they can package him with a few role players and draft assets, it could open up cap space and flexibility for future moves, including re-signing key players or chasing free agents. From the Warriors' perspective, this move is more than just acquiring a talented big man. It's about addressing a glaring roster weakness. Over the past several seasons, Golden State's frontcourt depth and defensive presence inside have been questioned repeatedly. While Draymond Green remains an elite defensive anchor, his impact has been somewhat diminished due to age and injuries. The Warriors have lacked a consistent rim protector and inside scorer who can also stretch the floor. Porzingis fits that mold perfectly, offering a rare blend of height, shooting ability, and defensive potential that few players in the league possess. His presence could open driving lanes for Steph Curry and enhance the overall offensive spacing, which is crucial to Golden State's fast-paced three-point heavy style. However, it's impossible to ignore the elephant in the room, the health concerns. Porzingis has battled significant injuries, including a torn ACL earlier in his career and the recent mysterious illness that sidelined him during the Celtics' playoff run. There's always a risk that these issues could limit his effectiveness or availability moving forward. That said, the Warriors are no strangers to managing players with injury histories. They have experience with load management and medical staff capable of optimizing player health. If anyone can maximize Porzingis' potential while minimizing risk, it might be Golden State. Looking at the financial side, the Warriors' flexibility has been limited due to the large contracts they have committed to over the past few years. Steph Curry's contract alone eats up a massive portion of their salary cap, and they have also extended Klay Thompson and Andrew Wiggins with hefty deals. Now, this leaves little wiggle room for big money signings, making trades like this one a strategic necessity. By moving younger players like Moses Moody and Buddy Hield, who despite being solid contributors are not indispensable to the Warriors' championship core, the team can free up space to accommodate Porzingis' contract. It's a classic example of sacrificing depth and youth for star power and immediate impact. From the Celtics side, the rationale is equally compelling. Moving Porzingis clears cap space and opens the door for a possible retooling of their roster. The Celtics still have young stars like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown who will demand max contracts soon. Reducing luxury tax penalties now will give them financial room to retain these stars and remain competitive for years to come. Additionally, acquiring young talent and draft picks from Golden State can help replenish their depth and build for the future. The Celtics have always been adept at maximizing value from trades, and this deal could be another example of their front office's savvy. This potential trade also reflects a larger trend in the NBA, teams prioritizing financial flexibility and roster balance over pure star power. In an era where the salary cap has risen, but the luxury tax penalties have become even more punitive, teams like Boston are forced to think creatively. The Warriors, by contrast, seem focused on maximizing their current window with their veteran core. The differing approaches highlight how team-building strategies can vary based on organizational goals and timelines. Moreover, if this trade comes to fruition, it could have ripple effects across the league. Other teams might start eyeing players with expiring contracts as valuable trade chips. The Warriors' aggressive pursuit of Porzingis might encourage other contenders to be bolder in the trade market, seeking high-upside players on short-term deals. It could also influence how teams approach the draft, knowing that acquiring young players and picks may be balanced against the desire to add proven stars immediately. Another layer to consider is how Porzingis fits within the Warriors' locker room and culture. Golden State prides itself on strong chemistry and a team-first mentality, which has been key to their sustained success. Porzingis' attitude and work ethic will be scrutinized, especially given his recent struggles. However, reports suggest he is motivated to prove himself after an uneven stint with Boston. The opportunity to play alongside a legend like Steph Curry and compete for a championship might reinvigorate him. If Porzingis buys into the Warriors' culture and system, the synergy could be tremendous. This also raises questions about the development of younger players like Quinton Post and other frontcourt prospects on the Warriors. Bringing in Porzingis might limit their playing time, but also provide mentorship and a model of professionalism. The Warriors could balance development with winning now, which is a difficult but crucial balance for any contender. It's a reminder that every roster decision has multiple layers: on-court fit, financial implications, and long-term development. As the NBA offseason progresses, the Warriors will be closely monitoring other potential moves as well. While Porzingis is a marquee target, Golden State's front office is likely exploring various scenarios to strengthen the roster. Whether that means adding role players who complement the core, exploring buyouts, or drafting talent to fill specific needs, the team's approach will be multifaceted. The goal is clear. Build a roster capable of contending for the 2026 championship while managing the realities of aging stars and salary constraints. In conclusion, the rumors linking Chris Porzingis to the Warriors encapsulate much of what makes NBA offseason intrigue so fascinating. It's a story of risk and reward, of balancing immediate championship aspirations with long-term planning. Porzingis represents both an opportunity and a gamble. His talent is undeniable, but his health is a question mark. For the Celtics, moving him signals a strategic pivot focused on financial flexibility and roster optimization. For Golden State, acquiring him could be the missing piece that elevates the team back to championship contention. For fans, this trade talk offers plenty to ponder. It challenges assumptions about team building and highlights how much thought goes into every move beyond just player skills. As the days tick closer to the draft and free agency, the NBA world will be watching closely. Will the Warriors make a bold move for Porzingis? Will the Celtics take the leap and reshape their roster? And what other surprises might emerge in this dynamic offseason? Whatever happens, one thing is certain. The chase for NBA glory is as thrilling as ever. Before we continue, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Dubs updates. Let's keep going. In a stunning development that's sending shockwaves through the NBA and across the United States, whispers are growing louder about a potential blockbuster move involving none other than Kevin Durant. The rumor mill is buzzing with speculation that Durant, one of the league's most prolific scorers and a player whose name has been linked to countless trade talks and free agency sagas, is on the verge of signing a 4-year deal with the Golden State Warriors. This possible signing would mark one of the most sensational shifts in recent NBA history. Kevin Durant, who previously left the Warriors under contentious circumstances, has reportedly been in intense talks with the franchise. If the deal comes to fruition, it could reshape the balance of power in the league and ignite new hopes among Warriors fans craving a return to championship glory. The buzz began when insiders hinted at a renewed interest from both Durant and the Warriors organization. Sources close to the player suggest that Durant is intrigued by the idea of returning to a familiar environment where he previously won 2 NBA titles and earned Finals MVP honors. Meanwhile, the Warriors, always strategic in their roster moves, seem poised to bet on Durant's ability to elevate their team, even as the NBA landscape evolves with emerging stars and shifting allegiances. Of course, the notion of Durant rejoining the Warriors is not without controversy. Fans and analysts alike remember the dramatic fallout when Durant left Golden State to join the Brooklyn Nets, a decision that shook the league and divided opinions. Yet, in the world of professional sports where loyalties can shift as fast as a fast break, the idea of Durant's homecoming has generated a fresh wave of excitement and debate. Financial details remain under wraps, but the talk is that your contract could span 4 years, a substantial commitment that signals confidence on both sides. The Warriors, always mindful of salary cap constraints and long-term planning, would have to navigate these challenges carefully. Still, the potential upside, a reunion with a player of Durant's caliber, could outweigh the risks. While nothing has been officially confirmed, the chatter around Kevin Durant and the Warriors is hard to ignore. NBA insiders are watching closely, and fans are already dreaming about the possibilities. Could this be the start of a new dynasty? Or just another fleeting rumor in the ever-changing NBA landscape? Time will tell, but one thing is certain. The prospect of Kevin Durant donning the Warriors jersey once again is a story that will dominate headlines and conversations for weeks to come. Stay updated exclusively with the latest Dub Nation news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep getting daily updates on the Warriors. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Your input is essential for the Dubs community. Stay tuned for the next video.